When it comes to presenting on video, don't act like a bird. You're ready to record your video, you're pumped, you fire up the camera, and you let it rip. Who needs to practice? Who needs to rehearse? It's all inside of you, right? Well, might not be such a good idea. Today we're going to talk about the problem that comes when you decide to wing it. And yes, they're getting worse. So let's talk about winging it. You may think you know your material, you're able to convey it well. That's great. Maybe you can get away with it. But often what I see is a less polished presentation, where you may be stumbling for your words, you may not be sure where it's going. Most of all, the message may not be clear to your audience. Here's what I'm suggesting. I am not a fan necessarily of memorizing everything. I have trouble memorizing all the words and the phrases. It's a bit much for my brain. Instead, what I do is I plan things out by the topic. So what's the point of your clip? What is the main idea you're trying to get across? Okay, you have that in your mind. What are some points that can support it? It's almost like when we started writing in school, they'd have us kind of diagram out things. Well, I do that mentally, or I jot down a few notes before I start my presentation. So I know the boundaries of the talk and where I want to go. Think of it like this, okay? Let's say you're going somewhere in your car. You have a destination in mind. You may take a slightly different way to get there, meaning you're speaking in your own words, so one time might be slightly different than another, but you definitely have a destination. Too many times I see presentations where people kind of start going one way, then they're going another, then they come back. It's hard to follow. Give yourself that structure. Think of it as your playground. Inside there, you can play around, but don't just wing it thinking it'll come to you and you'll knock it out of the park. For some people, sometimes that can work, but usually, if you want to be serious about connecting with your audience, you need to put a little bit of time in. It will make a huge difference in your presentations. For more clips like these, head over to Help with Video. There's over 50 of them, all designed to help you use video to improve your brand, your business, and your bottom line. Also, I want to remind you, if you like my wisdom, you think it's kind of cool, like to hear it in audio form, check out the 2-Minute Takeaway podcast. It's on iTunes, weekly podcast, gives you bite-sized chunks of information that you can use right away, designed to make you a little more productive. And of course, I want to remind you, if you like these clips and you don't want to miss one, because they're always coming out, go down below, click on the subscribe button. That way, you'll never miss a tip or an update. I'm Ken Okel. Take care.